Hi, James. Pam Huntington here. I'm going to go ahead and give you some feedback today on your course, particularly on your week 2. I'm looking at your homepage, which looks nice. Welcome to History 1A with Dr. James Cook. They know where they are. You've got a nice little welcome. You've got some links to your syllabus and things like that. You got your contact. I love this page. I'd like to see a little bit more explicit start here link. I think that's what this is, linked to all modules and lectures, but maybe you could even have a just really simple start here link that takes them to that first module. Keep in mind that working in Canvas, for those who have never done it before, and even for some students who have, it's not always intuitive that they would be starting here, or that they would need to click on a module to get started. So just something to help them out. Start here. I'm going to go ahead and open your modules. I believe that I have given you feedback on your Start Here module and your week 1. So I'm going to go ahead and go to week 2. First thing I notice is that you've got your objective bookend to start with. And you need to have something at the end that is also the mirror to that bookend that says, hey, congratulations, you've completed X, Y, and Z assignments for this week. And usually those assignments are the ones that are worth points. So I'd like to see a bookend to this objective. I also see that you have pages, you've got an assignment, you've got a discussion board and a quiz. Those are all awesome. So you've got some variety going on there. I'm going to go ahead and just quickly peek through each one of them as if I were a student. So module 2, due dates, it tells me what I'm going to be doing, the possible points and the due dates. The only other thing that I would like to see on this table is the connection to the objectives. Why am I doing this? How does it relate to the course? So you could easily insert those. I'm going to go ahead and click to the next one, module lecture. I love it when teachers actually include their lectures so students can see what's happening. And you actually have, it looks like a slide lecture, which is great. Whether it's in the slide or maybe right here before the slide, give students some directions about how to interact with this lecture. You might say something like, read the lecture, be sure to annotate because you're going to be using the information gleaned from the lecture in a quiz or in an essay or an exam, something like that. So it's always important to not just put the link to the PowerPoint slide or the Google Slides. Go ahead and give some directions as well. And that's easy to do right before you insert the lecture. All right, after they read the lecture, then they're going to be completing a EdTed video. Great. And did you give me directions here? You might want to know about the Declaration of Independence. Okay, so again, let's see what you say here. Complete this video and the accompanying questions at the end of the clip. When you are finished, write a brief word essay, copy and paste it into your submission box. Remember to do the entire first lesson first and log into your TED Ed account so I can see your participation. Okay, so you've given them good directions. This is an assignment, so they can do what you ask and do the submission like that, so I'm liking that. Again, the only other thing that I would like to see is some connection to an objective or an SLO so they know why they're doing it. It's not just busy work, which I'm sure it's not, but it always helps to tell them. Okay, then they're going to do another TED Ed, Module 3, same thing. Okay, so they're going to do the same exact thing here. Again, just some brief explanation of why they're doing it and maybe a reminder that they need to take notes, that kind of thing. Then they're going to get to a discussion board. I like this. You've got 2 groups, break them down a little bit, and a 300-word essay. Usually essays are not 300 words, but okay. An essay implies that you're going to have them do an introduction, body paragraph, and conclusion. So you might want to think about that word essay, 300-word response, something like that maybe. That sounds a little better, a little less formal, because I don't see any directions about how the essay would be completed. Did you put in a rubric here? You did. So let's see. Response, question, feedback. Yeah. So again, just maybe change that word essay to written response so that they don't get the impression they are actually writing an essay here. You've given them some comments here. You might also, in this writing assignment, give some parameters about, well, I guess you do. You've got 300 words. You're telling them what they should comment and do they agree or disagree. Awesome. I don't think you're requiring them to make a note that it relates back to the videos that they watch, but if you do want that, you might put that as well. Otherwise, it looks really good. Let's go ahead. Thomas Paine, read Thomas Paine's Common Sense and write a 3 to 4 page book report on the pamphlet. Please, okay, so my question first would be, did you teach them how to write a book report? Because book reports are very different than essays. And I did not see any information on how to do that. Secondly, is Paine's Common Sense, is that long enough to write a 3 to 4 page book report on that? So I'm just a little confused again. You've got book report. I'm not sure what that means. If you're wanting them to write an essay, then maybe, because you even say, so I'm unclear. What do you mean by book report? That doesn't make, it's not clear to me what that means. So maybe more directions, maybe even an example. I know when I do my essays, I give students examples of what I'm looking for, so it's really clear to them about what they need to do and what the outcome should look like. All right, I'm going to move on here because I'm going to run out of time. Then they get an exam. Again, let's give them some directions. What is this exam on? Is that on the entire module? Is it just on the readings? Is it on something else? So it's always a good idea to give some kind of directions, objectives, that kind of thing, rather than just the information that when you create the quiz. This is the stuff that you filled out, but they need directions here as well. And then I think, right, so again, before we get to this module 3, I'd like a bookend that gives me that congratulations. I've finished module 2, week, or wherever it was, weeks 1 through 4. James, this is where we were talking that weeks 5 through 8, you're expecting them to do all of that 5 through 8? That doesn't seem like enough. That's a lot of weeks. So that's 30 hours, or actually 5, 6, 7, that's 4 weeks. At 12, that's 48 hours worth of work, or actually, wait a minute, yours is a 3-unit class. So 4 times, so 9 would be 36 hours. I'm not sure that's 36 hours worth of work here for a student. And having them, let me look at your due dates again. You've got it, they're all due on the same day. That doesn't make sense to me either. So again, I'm just having a little issue with your Carnegie hours, due dates, things like that. Maybe you're still working on that. You could maybe update it before I check things out again. All right, if you have questions, let's Zoom about it during my office hour on Thursday, or you can schedule a Zoom meeting at your convenience and we can talk about things then. All right, hopefully this was helpful to you, James. Thanks.